Tell me about your Louisiana roots. How did that help you develop your music?
Well, I was born in Louisiana, and I listened back at home when I was down there. They had mostly Cajun and Zydeco and country. We didn't hear no, and well, back then it wasn't called fat domino music, rock and roll, and it was called rhythm and blues. So that was the type of music I was listening to then. Except on the weekend, I was allowed to stay up till 1 o'clock on Saturday night. We'd go out to a friend of ours house and listen to radio, and we used to listen to WLSBC Nashville, and they played blues like about 2 or 3 hours a night. And that's how I got a chance to hear Muddy Waters and Johnny Hooker, and mostly all of the people that played blues back then. And it was just something from the time I heard them, I really know what kind of music I really wanted to play and wanted to hear, wanted to listen to. And when I was about 17 years old, I moved to Port Arthur, Texas, and I got married at a real early age, when I was about 18 years old. And at the time, my first wife, we separated, and then I got lonesome, and so I went and bought me a guitar, and I was about 22 years old when I bought the guitar. And that's how I learned how to play music. In Texas, I started playing with Clifton Chenier, which was at the time was playing rock and roll and Zydeco music. I learned that before I learned to play blues.
So that's where that heavy-duty rock stuff comes from.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was a rock and roller man. Because I recorded records back at the age of 23. I learned, quick enough to go in the studio, because I made up my mind that's what I wanted to do, and I learned it too. And but I always wanted to play blues, but I didn't feel it. I did not feel it until I moved to Chicago. When I moved to Chicago, then I had more clubs to go to. Just about every corner in Chicago, it had a blues club. So it was just like being born again, man. Because like when I was at home, I couldn't hear that kind of music, and I got a chance to hear music that I was listening to on the radio once a week. I could hear it every night. So man, I got the feeling, watching people like Otis Rush and Magic Sam and Junior Wells and Muddy Waters and Holland Wolf. I mean, you could go every night and see whoever you want to see.